And a good day, all of you. John Henderson Pierre, the Beverage Ramble and Chats, back again with you. Another Beverage Ramble edition. St. Ides, high gravity malt liquor, 8.2%. Now being brewed by AB-InBev. Another one of these beers are owned by Pabst. I'm sure y'all know the story. Well, first let's talk about the beer. 8.2%. This is a extra strong beer. By Pabst. Actually was originally, I believe it was Gene Heidelman, or it might have been by Schlitz, whoever owned it previously before then. So this is a extra strong beer, high gravity malt liquor, or one of the last few remaining that's still out there. St. Ides is kind of hard to find nowadays. I got this in Montclair. I was visiting there, just, it was over the weekend, just hanging out with mom, dad, sister, them. And me and my sister went walking, and then stopped at this liquor store. The liquor store's been around before I was born. Actually, it's been there forever. And my dad, would tell me stories that he would go there, when they were living on Pine Street in Montclair. And there was a church further down the street they was go to. So, but that liquor store was right there, and people could get stuff. It was an old school place, get chips and whatever, and right across the street there was a pizza place, and I think I stayed there until 1983, right at the time that we had left and moved to East Orange. But a lot of memories of Montclair, good memories, good memories of Montclair. So, but in any event, yeah. So one of the old school high gravity beers. So yeah, we'll get back to the story of why now AB-InBev has been brewing mostly all the Pabst beers. There was a big fallout, I think it was about 2021, 2022, between Pabst and Molson Coors, Miller, formerly Miller, now Molson Coors now. They contracted their beers through them to, produce, whether it be PBR, some other beers that were in their portfolio, Schlitz, Colt 45, Schlitz, also the Schlitz Malt Liquors, two of them, the VSL and the regular, the smooth lager, and a couple of other beers. Pabst felt Miller was neglecting some of their products. Molson Coors disagreed, but obviously Molson Coors have some of their own products they have to take care of first, Coors Light, Miller Lite, Miller High Life, Keystone Light, you name it, all the other beers that they have on their portfolio. Molson Triple X. So there was a big dispute, and the thing got settled out, and now Pabst, not only from their located some of their breweries, and also City Brewery, which I think they partially own as well. So they brew stuff at their location, whether it be in Los Angeles or San Antonio, Texas, where their headquarters is, and Milwaukee, but also they contract some of their stuff out to other breweries. That contracting a beer to another brewery to brew for you has been going on forever. I mean, Yuengling brews some of their stuff at some of their breweries, whether it be City Brewing or even Anheuser-Busch Brewing, whatever, And those contracts tend to be very lucrative. City Brewing does stuff for Guinness, and also Boston Beer Company, the people behind Sam Adams. This stuff has been going on forever. So since the AB-InBev has been brewing all the Pabst beers, many have been saying that some of the beers have gotten better quality, better flavor, better texture, that it's come out a lot better versus to what Molson Coors was doing. So the only big difference I would say, when I tried Pabst, I tried Old Milwaukee as well. I think the only difference of all of them, I think the Colt 45 probably was a lot more maltier, but that was about it that I felt trying it. But everything else kind of remained true, and maybe a little more crisp, a little more fresher, but all these companies have always been about quality control. I think AB InBev has been about that. Miller Coors, Molson Coors now has always been about that. So, we'll see. Any difference with this one? Of course, this one's at 8.2%. They have, of course, we know the other high gravity beers on their portfolio of Pabst. Besides St. Ides, you have the VSL, very smooth lager. That's at 8.5%. Colt 45 high gravity is also at 8.5%. So here's the color, what it looks like. Real nice. Let's see if it's still the same potency. Had it stored in the freezer, which is very important, folks. When you drink these, you got to put them in the freezer. You can't have them any other way. So the corn and sort of the strong aroma. It's yeah, you're gonna have an apple aroma to it as well. So, all right, let's do it. Cheers. The date's fresh too. Well, this is January 14th, 2026, so maybe it's fresh. It is fresh. I haven't had these in a while. I don't drink these any longer, guys. They're just too heavy, too overly strong for my personal taste, I haven't really noticed any difference with this. And again, I haven't tried the VSL. I haven't tried the high gravity one. Now that since they're being brewed by AB-InBev, I think it still has that same fullness of it. I'm trying to remember the score I gave. I did 2 videos of this, of course. I did the rehash 4 years ago, and I did another video before that when I started doing my beer reviews. It's the reason I don't drink these anymore. They're just it's tolerable, but just give me the 5.6%. Give me those. I don't know if I can do these any longer. 8.2, even Steel Reserve, which is owned by Miller, Molson Coors. Can't do that one as well. Just too full body, too heavy. It tastes identical to what I've had previously. I don't see any difference from what I had a couple of years ago. Maybe it has a little more of a flavor, more of a stronger apple aftertaste and aroma to it. A tad bit sweeter. But again, this is super cold to have these guys, and it's still cold. But I felt, let me see if any change with some of the high gravity ones. I don't know. Again, the Colt 45 when I did, I think it was a lot better, a lot more maltier, a lot more smoother at 5.6%. But of all those beers, I would rather have Mickey's personally, and I could find Mickey's, anywhere. That's a great beer, really great beer. I'm gonna be respectful because St. Ides has a deep history, as you well know. All the rap commercials, the rappers back in the day, were promoting this beer in the 80s, late 80s, up until the 90s, and then of course they would face a lot of controversy and flack from some of the civil rights icons of the time, you know, saying that you're promoting a bad image for the young kids, you know, and then the beers still remain popular, but these styles of beers, these high gravity beers, don't really go sell in high volume like, say, your Busch Light or your Budweiser or your Milwaukee's Best Light, you know. It just doesn't, you know, but it's a niche product, to say, you know, at best. And, you know, it's a once in a while beer to have, and that's how I look at this. But just, you know, ain't doing it for me. I mean, it's just enjoyable. Rather, let me get some time on this one. It still tastes the same. I don't see any difference from the last time I had this. So let me know, guys, if you had the St. Ides and now being brewed by AB-InBev. I think it still tastes the same. I think it's a good product, but a once in a while product, not an everyday product. But let me know, guys, what you think, your thoughts on this one. So 8.2% St. Ides high gravity. I'm going to go maybe the same score I had the last time. I think it was 8.7. So B+ for me for this style. Check it out. Local package store, liquor store, wherever you can get this. Now being brewed by AB-InBev. Try it. You may like it. Who knows? John Spear of the Beverage Ramble and Chat. So keep on watching. Always cheers. Live, laugh, and lunch. St. Ides. Don't tell I didn't warn you. St. Ides, malt liquor. Hey.